Hey, this is John Bollinger with Premier Guitar. Today we're looking at the new Tone Master Super Reverb. Before we get started, take a second, subscribe below. Thank you. We'll keep you up to date on all this great guitar geekery goodness that's coming down the pike. So, the Fender Super Reverb started in 1963, ran till '83, and it had gone through a lot of changes over that time, and then was reintroduced in 2001 with using a board instead of hardwired. So I have a long history with Fender Super Reverbs. The very first band I played in, one of the guys, the good guitar player, actually had a Super. And he plugged into it, I plugged into it, the bass player plugged into it, and we had a mic running into it. So it was the bass rig, two guitar rigs, and our PA all in one. And to this day, I can't remember anything more awesome or louder than that rig. It was so great. So I've always loved the amp. I've got it's an early 70s, like a 71 over here, which I actually put a Weber 15 in. And then I've got, over here, I've got a 1964 Fender Concert, which is very similar with the 410s, only without the reverb. But same, 40, 45 watt-ish amp running into 410s. All that say, I'm very familiar with the tone of a tube-driven Fender Super Reverb. And I've got to hand it to Fender. They have really gotten very close on this. Now, of course, when you're sitting in the room with something and you're hearing it, yeah, you're going to hear some differences. However, when you put a mic in front of something and put it on a loud stage or whatever, record it, a lot of that nuance is lost. And I think this is shockingly close. So I love that the Tone Master series, which I'm a big fan of, has now expanded the line for the Super. Number one, the best benefit is it is literally half the weight. These guys, I don't even play them anymore unless I've got a tech hauling my stuff, because I can barely pick them up. This thing, not bad. For an amp with 4 speakers, it is, I think it's like, comes in the low 30s of weight, like 30, 32 pounds, something like that. So relatively light. The other thing I love about it is a Super is really loud, but this has an attenuator on back. So it is a 5-way attenuator that can dial it back to a very reasonable level. And if you want to record silently, you can run the DI out, which is a speaker simulator with 2 different options for mic sounds, and run that in direct without anything coming out of the cabinet. So they've really conquered a big problem with the Super. You know, a super in a loud club is awesome, but a super in your bedroom is going to make everybody leave your home if you're playing it at a normal volume. Well, for me, normal, which is too damn loud. So I love that they've done that. And they've taken these modern bits like that, the attenuation, the modeling, the XLR outs, and giving you all those benefits, but they've really stayed pretty faithful to that classic Fender Super tone. And I think a lot of it has to do with these Jensen P10R Alnico speakers. Why don't I just flip through a little bit? Coming in, this is my old Strat. I bought this thing brand new in 94, I guess, 93. Yeah, 93, 94, something like that. It's just running straight in, but, and I was taking advantage of this great reverb and tremolo. So let's just start. Right now I've got it set on 4. I've got the attenuator at the 1 down from the top. So on the hottish side, but not too hot. Volume's on 4, treble on 5.5, middle up to 8, bass on 5.5, reverb on 4. So let's just listen to this a little bit. Now say we want to get real verby, like. Ridiculous, right? Turn it all the way up. I love that madness. So there's your luscious verb, but let's look at this tremolo. That's the crazy intensity, but I love it kind of like this at a more modest, like. Just dreamy, right? You know, that is the first effect, reverb and tremolo. I mean, really the first like massively used effect. And to this day, it's my favorite effect. Whenever I'm in doubt at a session what to do, turn on tremolo and people are cool. They think, oh, that's cool. It doesn't really even matter what you play. If you got the right tremolo tone, then the engineer thinks, oh, we hired the right guy. That sounds really good. So here's my old tried and true 69 thin line. Let's hear what that sounds like. Middle position. Now, one thing that I think affects the tone in a very positive way, this has, I believe, like all Tone Master amps, a solid cab rather than particle board, much like these guys. And it makes it lighter because, you know, whenever you have a not particle board, but a plywood, it's going to be heavier. I think this is lighter, and I kind of think they're more, it's kind of that more old school tone that I really dig. Let's great traditional kind of country sound. And the other thing I love about Fender amps, particularly the Super, is that they take pedals really well. Just add a little dirt to it. Just great. Then let's try a little delay and then get really nasty. It handles all the dirt really well. Now up to this point, we've just had a trusty 57 run in front of the low speaker. But let's go ahead and try this direct sound. So now we're running the XLR out for a direct tone. The great thing about this, there's two different settings. So you can have either the first, which is a simulated SM57 mic, and the other one is a simulated R121. So cool options. There's also a ground lift with just a touch of a button, and an individual volume knob to control your output there. So they kind of thought of everything. And here's what it sounds like. What do you say we put on some humbuckers and get really dirty? So now we're in humbucker land, well, Fender humbuckery, wide range area. This is my old, I guess, 74 Deluxe. And I've gone back to the 57 for miking it because it's kind of my comfort zone, but I do love those XLR outs. Great for recording, great for live, but right now we're doing a 57. So here it is, clean, kind of a great jazzy tone. Pretty cool, huh? Let's go ahead and put a little dirt on it. Maybe a little less dirt. Let's get filthy. That's a rock and roll machine right there. So just for funsies, let me show you what the Attenuator does. Right now I've been one from the top setting. So here's where we are. It's just straight in. Now go all the way. not a huge volume difference, little difference in tone. Now let's flip. Okay, here's where I was. Little less volume. That's the next one. Then, where are you? There you are. Next one. Cool, one more. Actually, two more. Little more tame. And down to that. That's my daughter's favorite setting. When I was playing it last night, she liked that one. So, so good on you, Fender. I love that you're taking, that you're doing an homage to your classic history with the black panel Fender Super Reverb, which, you know, all these amazing players have played, and you've updated it for the working musician. So good on you. The front of house guy is gonna love it. It's clean business and zero maintenance. It's John Bollinger. Till next time.